If you're on time, you're late.
This is ABC News Nightline.
I want to talk about what? Nothing. Just talk. I'm fortunate. God gave me a talent, and I intend to use it to the fullest. Now, and I will continue to use it. That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
He's an individual that could motivate people. We just believed in him and his sister.
If you're on time, you're late. Be here for 8. You come at 8, you're late. You got to come before 8 to be at the right time. Snap, 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 fast.
Dr. Griggs will work us to death out there. Everybody be tired but him. We'd be ready to go home, and he just be getting started.
Coming in late doesn't make it concentration impossible. It makes me mad.
Practice is different from performance. At the practice, Dr. Griggs will bite your head off if you perfect.
Do a goddamn to the rip. You got that?
He gonna make you think you not right. He want it exactly the way he want it.
Thank you.
We'll be on the field, you know, even though he's not an old man, but, you know, he's older than that. You think he's not that intimidating, but it's just his history. You know, that could be scary. If you're trying to get there, you're trying to be on his level, you know. Yeah, you don't want to mess up.
He has an attitude to where he doesn't need you. And you can be the best player in the band, but if you're not up to par on your on how you're acting in the band, your actions, he can zip you in a heartbeat. He won't care. He won't even think about it. Dr. Griggs hit home with it. You can be as good at, but you have to be better than. You cannot lower the bar. You cannot lower the standards.
Hold it 1 second. Hold it 1 second.
Because if you lower the standards of excellence, it take away your competitive edge. So he wanted us to be the very best we can be.
We all keep that mentality. We can always do better. We can drive harder. We can play better, dance harder, more discipline.
And he preached that all the time. Have a high standard of excellence. And if I had to define what was excellent, I would say excellent is the product of hard work and extra effort that creates the difference between an acceptable job and an outstanding job.
1, 2, ready, stop.
I remember one thing he said, anybody can blow loud, you know, play loud, sound like this or that, but it takes a musician to play with control. I remember that to this day. I'm probably gonna remember that every time I play my horn. It'd be like a real musician, play with control.
A lot of bands try to be like us, but they can't quite get that because they don't know exactly what we do to separate us from them. We're not as big as some bands, but they cannot match our sound. They can't match our precision drills. Like Doc said, often imitated but never duplicated.
The path to precision and perfection when we come back. This is ABC News Nightline.
Often imitated but never duplicated. No question about it. I tell you what, you have to see a lot of other bands. No. But the minute you walk on that field, I know whether you got it where you got it from. Because I created it 30-something years ago.
Southern University is one of the finest marching units
because everybody be excited about the Southern University Marching Band from Jaguar Land. And they excited. I'm excited just talking about it.
I take that. You gotta get crazy. You gotta get crunk.
You can always tell this band by two things. By the sound. There's no other band on earth sound like this band. And the other thing is the way we march. It's just very unique. And the things we do, the precision drills. I think that we are one of the finest precision drill bands in the country.
I just march. That's the best way to get ready for marching. Over the summer, that's all I did. Well, that's all I tried to do when I had time. I went outside and I marched up and down my street. And people might have looked at me like I was weird, but it was something that had to be done.
Band is just like any other sport, football, basketball. You practice it so much, you know exactly what the next man is thinking. Because we always tell each other, when we on the field, just concentrate on the show. And when you concentrate, there's no way you can go wrong. And all the techniques Doctor taught us.
Put your hands together. Everybody, most bands you see march like this. Me, I push that arm up, I push that arm up. And they hold a horn. Ha! That's it. And when I look at it coming down the street, it look like this. Coming down the football field, it's something simple.
In the beginning, I have 17 seconds to myself. I kick out, I turn around and put my leg up, and I go into the back bend. It's tradition from Southern. I back bend, put my head on the ground, and I signal the band to come on the field.
Outside looking in, you know, we are the best band. And when you get inside, you don't even feel that no more. You want to drive. You're driving yourself. The whole band's driving each other. We got to get better. We got to get better.
Our playing has to be extremely good. Our marching has to be very crisp. We want to look like, we want to clone. We want to be a clone. In other words, if you see one marching band student, you want to see all of them marching the same way. All the instruments swing, everything.
Most of the kids that come here know more about this band than I do. They've been watching this band since they were little kids, like, same as I did, because I grew up in this community. So I watched this band since my grandmother used to bring me to rehearsal when I was like 6 and 7 and let me watch the band. And all I wanted to do was be in this band, and that's what these kids, it's the same way.
The student body, they really respect the band overall because we try to be the leaders of the school and have the best grades in the school. You know, be leaders to the freshmen who coming in and show them, you know, that Southern, you can do more than band and academics too, because that's what comes first. It wouldn't make sense just to come be in the band and not get your lesson and graduate.
When you see a student develop, when you see a student come from really sheer bottom to being successful, it's a beautiful feeling.
I love writing and arranging and stuff like that, but just being around kids, it's just fun. They make you laugh, make you cry, but they are fun.
We go through everything, ups and downs, and like we are a family. If we weren't like that, I don't think it would feel like a band. You know, we're a group of, yes, we have different personalities, but we're all here for a common purpose. So if you can't bond on a relationship level, I mean, then what's the point of being here?
What we do every year for homecoming is recognize our seniors.
That's the biggest reward of being an educator, is to see kids come and grow and then leave here and go out into the real world and be successful.
All seniors.
It's just all part of everything, you know, that makes you grow as a group. Because we're only strong as our weakest link. If we can make our weakest link the strongest, you know, we're unstoppable.
Thank you for the opportunity, Doc.
Thank you, baby.
I love you, Doc.
It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Yes.
When I think about my kids,
It's gonna be right. Hey, my man.
it's a love. This love that is between us, it does never stop.
The ultimate performance, pulling out all the stops when we come back.
To receive a daily email announcement about each evening's Nightline and a preview of special broadcasts, log on to the Nightline page at abcnews.com.
There's gonna be so many people up here. It's gonna be frightening.
Homecoming too, we gonna turn it up, I promise.
Before a halftime show,
Let's go!
the band is very intense. We get our game face on.
Let's go, trombone!
Everybody's concentrating on the show. And everybody just be in the zone.
Stay at home if you're not ready now.
Showtime, showtime!
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
They always pray before going to the field. That's a must.
Give us today our daily bread.
Before we make any trip, every bus, all 4 buses, got to have somebody to say a prayer before that bus moves. Because first seek ye the kingdom of heaven and righteousness, and all things will be added to you. Do the right things, live right, and everything will come to you.
When I put on the uniform, we're all the same. You don't see a white guy, you know, you just see the blue S. But I go through the show a million times in my head. We'll be on the sidelines, and I'll be thinking to myself, okay, I got it, I'm nervous.
At halftime, the fans just wait on the action. And you have action from when the Southern University Band comes on the field until the Southern University Band exits the field. It's just pure action. The high knee lift, the sharpness in the steps. Everybody have that same attitude. It's like you're doing your last show, so you gotta put your all and all in the show.
Hearing the fans cheer for the songs you play. When you're doing the dance routine, you hear the crowd cheering for you. It really motivates you to just dance harder. When you come out that field, you pay for it. It feel like your ribs just caved in on you.
When the dance routine comes, I do have an extra part. And I was really nervous the first time I did it. But when I got out there and I started, and you hear the crowd, you just feed off the crowd. The more you get into it, the more they love it. So the next thing you know, you're off the field and everybody's like, look at him, that was the guy. It was fun.
A football game without a band is just a football game. Period. Blam. Now when you come to Southern, a football game is like a day of holy obligation. You're gonna get good church singing, you're gonna get good football, you're gonna get good preaching. You're gonna get it all here.